Jason, are you there?
I am here. How are you?
Good, buddy. Good to hear your voice. How the heck are things going?
They're going great, going fantastic. Building my dream house right now.
Nice, nice. So tell us about, before we dive into all the nitty gritty, talk to us about who it is that you serve in your market.
Well, as you know, it can be tricky to explain, but I work predominantly with women over 40 on what I've loosely called weight loss mindset. And as you so eloquently put it, I help women transform their thoughts so that they can transform their bodies forever.
Yeah, because in your experience, give people some context in terms of how you kind of got into this.
Well, I came from the weight loss world, and I got around 20 years of experience in that. And I wrote some books that did well. I had some podcasts did really well. I was producing a lot of fantastic results in the weight loss world, even created a diet that just had me swamped in testimonials and before and after pictures, and everything was amazing. But it was happening the same way it happens everywhere in the weight loss world. It doesn't matter how good of results you produce, everybody quits. The entire industry has about a 90%, 95% failure rate at the 1 year mark. And I got fed up with that and started asking questions about why people quit. And long story short, it led me to where I'm at now.
And so in your discovery, it wasn't so much the diet, it was more so the mindset that was, causing people to, flip-flop back and forth between being able to lose the weight and then gaining it back, being able to lose the weight and gaining back. And I love how you have focused on that. And talk to us about what your business model was like before you launched your membership.
Sure. I was constantly creating new products, constantly creating new courses. I was permanently in launch mode. There were times when I could make a lot of money and I'd see a lot of zeros in the bank account and try to get excited about that. But after enough years of doing that, you start looking at those big numbers and you go, I have no idea how long this has to last. And I have to go back out and make it rain like immediately, because those successes were all just one-time events. And I was making a decent living, but I was going to be dead at 60 from stress. And I didn't want to live that way anymore. And on top of that, my results weren't what I wanted them to be. And it was a lot of frustration. It was highs and lows where 1 year I could out earn most of my friends, and the next year I would technically be at the poverty level.
And so for you, then the idea of a membership was more to create that steady recurring revenue.
Yeah, and that's what I thought the only big benefit of it would be, is I wanted that steady income that would mean that I wouldn't have to stress out so much all the time. But the magical part that now I think is even more important to me than that is that my results have gone far beyond anything that I could have ever even imagined. Like the work that I'm doing now, literally with the plan that you laid out for me, I mean, all the way just down in the tribe experience with things like the success path and working on overwhelm and things like that, took my results to a level that I thought was impossible. And on top of that, there's always money coming in.
Yeah. So excuse me 1 second. My wife's just coming looking for her computer, and honey, I have your computer. Mine wasn't working for the I got it. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Hashtag working from home, everybody. Okay. So talk to me about the membership. You were talking there about the results, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you're referring to the results of your people coming through inside the membership.
Absolutely.
And this is one of the things that doesn't get talked about a lot, but one of the most rewarding parts about a membership is you're with people during that journey of them implementing what it is you're teaching. And this is what's fascinating about it, because when you truly deeply care about the people you serve, the membership is like the best vehicle to not only support them, but to witness their growth in their own journey with the material that you're teaching. And so I appreciate you bringing that up. For you, what else has been a big discovery as far as it relates to the membership versus, selling one-off products like courses and books and so forth?
Well, I work in a world that where weight loss sort of overlaps with self-help. And in that world, people are out looking for information and hoping that it's going to change them. They want to find that right Instagram meme or that right paragraph in a self-help book and have this huge epiphany and then go be different. And what changed in working with the people in this context is that we can focus on the work instead of the information. And it means that my retention rate is super high. Even in the last month, in the middle of this pandemic, we still held a 90% retention rate, and that's down from 96%. And that was with losing all of these people that lost their jobs and things like that, where it's understandable. But the work that we're able to do, the focus on the work instead of trying to get people these epiphanies, is what changes everything. And so the fact that they're here, each week I'm able to come in and give them something new to focus on. And then we get on our Facebook group and we all work together on that thing. And there's constant input and people getting to see how other people are doing these things instead of being in their little isolated world or on a Facebook group where everybody's just posting things like before and after pictures. It changed everything. I mean, it made it so that they want to show up, that they come in with their problems instead of just their successes looking for a high five. They come in willing to be wrong instead of always just wanting to be right. So the group dynamic, and I've had Facebook groups before to support different things that I've released, but once we were able to really focus on the work that people are doing, everything changed. My retention rates through the roof. I bring people in through launches, which I do a couple of times a year. And then I run a webinar for sort of a backdoor entry in, and all of it is just going forward. And I have no complaints.
Amazing. So what thoughts or advice would you have for people who are in a similar position where they may have courses, they may already have other products, whether it be books or podcasts or so forth? What would you say to somebody who is already producing information and is thinking about a membership?
I would ask the question, do you really want to launch forever? I mean, in the beginning, it seems like it's a viable option, but and maybe you can make a lot of money doing it. There are a lot of people out there doing it, but are you only working for money? Because I mean, yeah, money's fantastic, and I love the fact that the money's coming in all the time, but those big paychecks when you're launching all the time aren't enough to beat down the stress of the fact that the day after your last launch ends, you're already thinking about the next one. And so is that really how you want to live your life? And do you want to just deliver information, hand it over, and then expect that they're going to go do what you're hoping they're going to do? Or do you want to be hands-on with these people and create testimonials that make your world turn?
Well, buddy, I appreciate your thoughts. Where can people go to find out more?
Well, you can go to jasonsibe.com if you'd like, and I have my link to my webinar is I think it's up there right now, but it will be soon. Otherwise, you're welcome to click on my link to my book, Body Beliefs, and you'll get my book for free, or you can check that out on Amazon if you want to read testimonials. And when you get that book for free, you'll be added to my email list, and then you'll hear about everything.
Awesome, buddy. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Awesome. Thank you, Stu. You changed my world, man.
I appreciate that. Thanks, Jason.